Hey, and welcome back to Livin MN Outdoors, and thanks for tuning in to this week's fishing report. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to try and get through it as fast as possible, so listen close and then get your fishing gear ready because things are happening fast. Now, before we do get into the fishing report, if you guys do use any of the guides or resorts that we mentioned in the fishing report, please let them know that you saw them on Livin MN Outdoors. And with that being said, let's dive right into today's report. All right, let's start up on Mille Lacs Lake out of Castles Resort on Isle Bay. They currently have 13 to 14 inches of ice out there. This weekend, actually starting today, they're going to allow side-by-sides and side-by-sides pulling 16-foot wheelhouses or under. Now, if you're thinking, I got a 16-foot wheelhouse or under, but I don't have a side-by-side that can pull it out on the lake, they are going to run a dolly system. They're going to charge $20, but you do have to make an appointment in order to have them take you out and bring you back in. So if you are looking to have that done, make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a call from Castles Resort and get that scheduled. Now, if you're going up there, you're not bringing a wheelhouse, they are going to start to allow people to park their trucks out on the ice. You can unload your four-wheelers out there, unload your fish houses, whatever it might be, but they are asking that you give the next door person to you at least 10 foot of space. So don't crowd your truck in 3-4 foot apart from the next truck. Give at least 10 foot of space, and there's going to be plenty of room for parking for everyone who wants to get out there and do some fishing. Now, as far as the bite goes, the perch fishing has been extremely good out there. Been seeing a lot of perch caught and even some nice 11-12 inch perch as well. People are getting some limits, having some perch fries. It's been a good bite up there so far. Now, we were up there last weekend. We got in on some walleye action. We caught some smaller walleyes. We caught some slot fish. And then there's always those big fish that you're going to have to put back. If you ask me, how would I describe the walleye bite right now? I would say it's decent. It's not on fire by any means, but it's decent. And the best depth for that right now is that 12 to 16 foot of water adjacent to the deeper holes. The best method we found for getting them was with a glow buckshot spoon. Didn't get anything on the dead sticks other than perch, but them glow spoons, they seem to work really good right now. Now, as far as pike fishing goes, a lot of people been tip-up fishing out there, catching some really nice pike. You can only keep them 30 inches and under this year, and you can have 3 of those in your possession. Now, Castles Resort, they do have live bait now. They just put in their new tanks. They got fatheads, rainbows, light northern, and medium suckers. So if you need some minnows, stop in there, grab some bait before you head out onto the lake. One other thing, they do have propane, so you can get your 20-30 pound tanks filled there if you need to. And it's rolling, guys. It's here. Ice castle season is here now. Next weekend, probably going to be letting half-ton trucks out there, so get ready. Ice fishing is on. But with that being said, let's head up to the north end of Mille Lacs Lake. I talked to Barnacles Resort and Campground today. They have 5 to 6 inches of ice. They're going to allow walkouts right now, and you can get out to the first break. I'm not sure exactly how deep that is. I would guess like 10 to 14 feet of water, but apparently the walleyes are biting up there. And the same thing, glow buckshot spoons. You can run some dead sticks too. I'd probably recommend using a small sucker minnow or a golden shiner for that and a plain red hook. But they're allowing walkouts. It's going to be day to day, so stay tuned to their Facebook page and we'll try and update you as much as possible. All right, now moving over to Leech Lake, I talked to Cam from Horseshoe Bay Lodge. They currently have 9 to 11 inches of ice out in front of the resort there, but they do have a do not cross line. They're very serious about that line. if you do get caught crossing it and you went out of their resort, you will be banned from using their access ever again, because it is extremely dangerous beyond that line right now. There's plenty of good fishing water in where they have it marked, and there's no need to push it right now. We got a lot of season left, so stay within their boundaries. They're going to allow ATVs, side-by-sides, and snowmobiles, so you'll be able to get around, but don't cross that line. Now, as far as walleyes go right now, he said low light periods are key. He said glow spoons and dead sticks with bigger minnows on them. Now, if you're looking for tullabies, he said the tullabies are biting off the edges of the reefs and out on the mud basins. If you're looking for pike, they told me over in Europe Bay, there's a ton of pike. They've been doing some spearing out there, having quite a bit of success. So if you want to do some spearing out there, try Europe Bay, and you'll probably get yourself on some nice pike. But back to touching base on the walleyes, he said, if you can stay out there well after dark into the later evening, you have a good chance of catching some really big walleyes. He said a lot of 23 to 28 inch walleyes are being caught after dark. So the more time you can put in after the sun sets, the better off you're going to be. Now, they are going to be allowing people to camp in the parking lot in their wheelhouses this weekend. So if you want to get up there, stay in your wheelhouse up on shore, and then go out during the day and fish, you're more than welcome to do that. Give them a call. Find out pricing, make an appointment, and they're going to take care of you. Along with, they have their full bar and restaurant, so grab something to eat and drink while you're up there. So if you're looking to get out on Leech Lake, go ahead and call Cam from Horseshoe Bay Lodge. Okay, let's move over to Lake Winnibigoshish. I talked to Chad from the Pines Resort today, and they have a consistent 13 inches of ice out on Tamarack Bay. For this weekend, they are going to allow half-ton trucks, but not pulling anything. If you want to bring a single axle wheelhouse up there, they will allow that, but it has to be pulled by a side-by-side. You cannot tow your ice castle out there with a truck yet. You can run your truck out there if you're not towing anything, but if you want your ice castle out there, you got to tow it out with a side-by-side right now. Now, as far as the fishing goes, the bite has been really good out there. The perch, they're finding those mostly in 6 to 10 foot of water. And the walleyes are finding mostly in 8 to 14 feet of water. Now, the perch bite, there's an area out there called the Three Sisters. That's where they've been finding the majority of the perch they're catching. And then the walleyes, they're finding more on the river channel. And he said the best depth has been that 11 feet of water. Now, as far as catching the perch and the walleyes, small jigging spoons with a minnow head. Make sure you're running your dead sticks as well, either with a fat head, a rainbow, or a small shiner. That is going to increase your odds on catching a walleye. But like most lakes, that low light bite, that's going to be your best chance at walleye out there right now, but they have been picking a few up through the day as well. Now, he did tell me that the pike action has been good out there as well, and they are putting out spear house rentals, day rentals, sleeper houses, stuff like that. That's all getting put out there this week. So if you want to rent one of those, go ahead, give Chad a call and get that booked as soon as possible. Now, Chad also wanted me to stress very strongly, guys, that this is only for the bay. Don't venture outside of the bay. It is dangerous with that river channel out there. You don't want to drive across that right now. You will have troubles. So make sure you stop in at the resort. Talk to the guys in there. They're going to instruct you on where to go, where not to go. And if you ask them where to fish, they'll probably give you some good information on that as well. So just a recap for this week. Castles Resort, they're going to be allowing out side-by-sides pulling 16 foot and less ice castles. Barnacles, foot traffic only. Horseshoe Bay Lodge on Leech Lake, they're going to be allowing side-by-sides, ATVs, and snowmobiles, but don't cross the line. And then the Pines Resort on Lake Winnie, they're going to be allowing half-ton trucks with nothing behind them, or a side-by-side pulling single axle wheelhouses. So I hope this information helps you guys out. If you would, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. You'll get notified every time we post a new fishing report, which we do every Thursday at 11 a.m. We appreciate you tuning in. Hope you can get out fishing. Remember, pick up your trash, don't crowd your neighbor, and be respectful of other fishermen. But most importantly, don't forget to get on out there and get living.